There's also psychology. I never said there wasn't. Narrative continuity is probably more of an artistic thing. Said there wasn't. Then why do you ignore it? It's not that I ignore it. You just don't care. I just don't. Exactly. Nobody's gonna buy a product or service they don't relate to. That's kind of what I think. If no one relates to it, so be it. But you need income. We all need income. How do I see the role of TikTok evolving in the narrative continuity space? TikTok for narrative continuity? Get real, bub. From a leadership perspective, I recommend creators consider how much attention they have and the reasons why they create. I appreciate YouTube for a longitudinal creator space, and I've maintained different threads of continuity with different creators. I kept getting caught in OCD spirals. Why? It's complicated. Beyond the scope of this video, did I need to practice more? I kept on practicing. I didn't believe anything I could release was good enough. And I appreciate TikTok. I appreciate TikTok. I appreciate these media. This medium? I appreciate TikTok as a medium, as a prompt, as a reason to create. Need income. I work with people who need and consistently earn income. Well, why don't you go spend time with your rich friends instead? They're busy? Also, currently I'm doing my job. Does it pay well? We can sometimes use physics to describe psychology, and Newton's laws do sometimes apply to the ways we pay attention. Currently, recommendation algorithms have an amount of momentum, and the amount of attention we pay towards them is where we are. It will require some amount of work to build new habits around new algorithms, and Blue Sky has made a lot of progress towards giving us new language and new handles for describing our own algorithms and sharing them with common language. I also suspect different clusters of people are going to have different relationships with different language models, and that is going to be a new linguistic social fashion fabric. On the subject of narrative continuity, I would recommend having conversations with each of the major language models and paying for them, or having a conversation with someone in real time and seeing what the difference is and maybe seeing the output. That might be preferable to a lot of people. So if you can have a conversation with a language model and ask your friend to prompt the same things if they're willing to. I've already done this a whole bunch of times and would rather make an interface available for people to have conversations with different settings. So that's one reason to fund lore.land, and if you see that develop, then you know there has been development towards that. It is possible to implement, and I can describe how I would theoretically implement it. And also, if you pay me, I can run the prompt and share a chat that describes what it would take to make that available. So this is the concept of building in public, and a smart contract kind of thing is we share the language of knowing which platform represents the canon of development. So perhaps in the future, I take this feature down. Where do I describe the relationship to what makes that feature available, for how long, and how that relates to my particular ecosystem and how my design goes into how my design relates to my expertise. Cheers. Does it pay well? I can do more with more resources, and people with more resources sometimes pay me well. I'm not very motivated to spend much attention on many projects that don't pay me well, beyond the many that I'm already paying attention to. That doesn't answer my question. Currently, my job does not pay well. Not me, at least. I don't ask how much my clients get paid. We need to talk about different performance metrics, especially because the returns on web development benefit from established relationship. which takes time. I can recommend making videos on TikTok. I can recommend making videos on YouTube. I can describe the videos that I've modeled. I can recommend practicing posting on X. The X algorithm surprisingly applies well to other platforms. 2 years ago, I asked ChatGPT-4 for a services pricing table, based on my skills and years of experience. Recently, TikTok's On This Day feature recycled that video, resurfaced. I appreciate the way TikTok does it. It allows me to choose whether I post something from a day ago. It allows me to choose whether I want to post something from a year ago on that day, and I can flip through the options. I kinda wish I could forget some of them. That was a long-winded reply. Some of it wasn't relevant. I've been investing in skill and relationship. Currently, I am developing Lore.land. Thousands of people have seen me perform, and I only really get paid when I ask for it. I've noticed many people are afraid to ask for my services and spend money for services that don't feel as awkward, which often results in impersonal results. When I say I'm a web developer, sometimes the response is, I already have a website. Sure, but do they have a website that I would advocate for? Maybe. How many websites can I advocate for? How long will they be online? When will they be interesting? How do we relate to the web as a medium of performance? You really have a lot to say. This video is 3.5 minutes.